Hello guys, good day. Trust you're having a great time. Here with you on set once again is Busha FX, your go-to forex coach and mentor. Recently, we are currently on finance vaccination. Today, we'll be looking at financial freedom. In our last video, we examined wealth creation, step-by-step guide on how we can grow wealth and how you start from where you are to where you want to be in the creation of wealth. So today, we'll be looking at financial freedom. So without wasting much time, let's get to work, guys. Here, so first let me define financial freedom. What is financial freedom? I just have two unique definitions for financial freedom. So first, financial freedom is the ability of you getting what you want in the quantity that you desire or require it, as at when you desire or require it, and still retaining the peace of mind, the energy, even while you do so. All right. All right, let me come again. So I define financial freedom as the ability for you having whatever you desire in the particular quantity at which you desire or you require it, and as at when you desire or require it, and still having the energy intact, and also the peace of mind, and still having peace of mind. So the other definition is you having the ability to do whatever matters to you with whoever matters to you. Alright, so don't worry. You can go with the first definition if that stick with your understanding. Right? Yeah. Alright, so to achieve financial freedom, we'll be examining three factors, which number one is financial intelligence. And I have spoken on financial intelligence. Financial intelligence is the awareness of how the financial system operates, how you can manage yourself within the financial ecosystem, the ability to make money, to manage money, and then to multiply it. All right, yeah. And then that is just the first factor. The second factor is financial planning. By now you should know that action is what precedes knowledge. If you have gotten sufficient knowledge, or if you have gotten knowledge, the next thing to do is to take action. Right? Because if you don't take action, what would you want to translate what you have taken into? There will be no result unless you take action. So action is very important. Action is very important. So when you're taking action, that is when you look at planning, financial planning. All right. Okay. Maybe you have read most books. You have listened to also maybe some clips, maybe like this. So you have to go back and plan. Okay. These are the information I got. This information. So how can I start planning? How can I start working towards a finite realization of what you have gotten? Right here, working on information you have gotten. So that's what we call financial planning. And then the last step is what? Financial discipline. For you to follow up your plans, to have the results as expected, you will need to be financially disciplined. Right? It is often said that financial discipline, or discipline in whatever field, is what separates those that have result with the others. Right? I'll say that is what separates the boys from the men. Right? And much more other analogies you can put together. Now we'll be looking at the components making financial freedom. So what are the components making financial freedom? Before we look into that critically, note these three things. Note this. Number one, money goes where you buy, comes when you sell, and multiply when you invest. So what did I say? I said money goes when you buy, it comes when you sell, no matter anything you're selling, and then it multiplies when you invest. So to grow rich, you need to sell more than you buy. Right? Yeah, to grow rich, you need to sell more than you buy, and you need to invest more than you buy. Let's talk about financial literacy. What is financial literacy? Financial literacy will examine some factors that determine financial literacy. When we are talking about literacy, literacy is the ability for you to be literate how, for you to have the right requisite knowledge and understanding of a particular system or a particular thing. That's what we call literacy. So for you to be financially literate, and it all comes from financial intelligence, you know financial knowledge and personal growth development, right? Yeah, even now we are talking about finances, right? Who is financially literate is a person who knows how to earn more, right? Because the wealthy, they are always thinking of how do they earn more. A person who knows how to earn more, that is somebody who is financially literate, right? Yeah. So if you don't know how to earn more, that means to some extent you are bankrupt with knowledge which is needed and which you are supposed to have. So number one, a financially literate person is somebody who knows how to earn more, right? Take note of that. All right. So the second one is, a financially literate person is somebody who know how to spend wisely or creatively, right? You know, the truth is that not everything you really have to pay for in cash. If you are paying, if you are paying everything in cash, that means you are not wealthy, right? Yeah. So there are other ways, there are other systems of payment which are also means that you can use in getting, even though it's service or product, right? Yeah. So a financially literate person is somebody who knows how to spend creatively, right? So you can spend creatively, maybe through relationships, right? So just in case maybe I have a friend, right, and maybe I need a particular service, and based on our relationship, right, not that I'm just downplaying, or okay, this is my friend, I'll not pay, no. But then it can be subsidized, maybe the normal rate of the package, right? It can be subsidized. Okay, so you are my friend, so maybe I'm doing this discount for you, right? So maybe a commodity or a particular thing that you were supposed to get at the rate of at 100%, relationship can make you get that free, can make you get that 50% discount or 30% discount, and it's something. So that is how you spend wisely and creatively. So this is it. Before you spend, think of other ways you can get that particular thing, right? Yeah. So must you pay for that thing? If there are other ways, right, then you think about it. And is a financially literate person is somebody who knows how to get all stuff, right? Okay, let me tell you this now. So an influencer is at the center of so many business success. This is what I mean. An influencer have the capacity of unleashing your products into the awareness of several persons. When they talk of marketing, there's what they call attention. Attention is just the first step, then consideration, and then action. That is maybe in you're clicking the deal, right? So an influencer is somebody that can you can work with, and it can make your product visible. That is following the first marketing strategy, that is attention. So maybe as an influencer, a businessman might walk up to him and say, okay, I have this commodity, or maybe I have this product. It can be a car. You say, okay, so I want you to market it for me, and he might give you one as a gift, right? So that is another way of you acquiring that particular asset without you going in for it with your money, right? So to some extent, you just need to know how to spend creatively, right? So I leave that for you, right? So financially literate person is somebody who knows how to earn more, and somebody who know how to spend creatively and wisely, right? Yeah. All right. The third thing which somebody who is financially literate knows is the ability to invest actively and smartly and intelligently, right? Yes. So the ability to invest intelligently and smartly, that is part of the skill, or that is part of the inbuilt of somebody who is financially literate. So you need to know how to invest intelligently, right? Because In investment, that's what we call inflation. Inflation is where the goods and services are automatically increasing, you know, and it increase even beyond your interest, right? So let's say we saved maybe 100 million naira. So we saved 100 million naira in an investment that is giving us maybe 50% return per annum, right? So 50% return per annum, that is our profit, right? And we can get that accumulatively with our cash flow, right? So maybe in the space of 1 year, yes, let's use 1 year, and now you get that money, and now you now realize that for you to get for you to get product, like, okay, maybe let's say for you to get foodstuff, you see foodstuff are now on a high side. So now what you saved, it has been affected by inflation. So let's say the profit, the 50% of the profit, maybe 500,000, you cannot use that to get, some good valuable product. It has been affected by inflation. So you need to invest intelligently, right? Okay, let me say this. Somebody might invest in, okay, let's say as at 5 years ago, 3 years ago, in Nigeria, the exchange rate for the dollar to naira was currently around 600, 700. And somebody okay, let's consider two scenarios. Somebody invested, okay, somebody converted, maybe let's use 1 million naira now as an example. Somebody converted 1 million naira as his investment and saved it in a dollar account, that is, I save it in dollar currency, right? Yeah. And also another person saved it in naira. Even though those two persons, they are receiving interest of 50% or 100% together, you find out that at the end of that time interval, or at the end of any particular time interval, what the person that saved in dollar will make, or will have recovered, or will have gotten back as ROI, either as return of investment, will be different from what the person who invested his money just in normal saving, or okay, just in normal investment in the naira will get. Maybe 1 million naira, 50% is 500,000, right? So somebody that invested in naira got 500,000 naira, and then somebody that invested in, maybe, okay, let's just say on a flat rate, let's just say it was the exchange rate was 500 then, and then you invested, that would be 1 million naira divided by 500. That would be like, how many dollar would that be now? 1 million. All right, let me check that out, guys. So math, my brain is not calculator, right? So just for me, let me just check that out. All right, so I say 1 million naira, that is 1 2 3 2 3 divide by $500. So that is $2,000. So imagine someone saved 1 million naira. Okay, he's not saving, invested 1 million naira in, and in a dollar portfolio manager, and then he's having 50% return, right? So that is $2,000. So $2,000, 50% of $2,000, that is $1,000. Imagine. So $1,000 plus the capital that he or she invested, that is what, that is $2,000. Then now just say, now what is the current rate now is 1,500. So now times that by 1,500. I just hope you just get the insight, because that is what is important. So times 2,000, $2,000, or let's say $3,000, $3,000 times, maybe, okay, let's just say 1,000 naira. So the dollar exchange rate now was 1,000 naira. So we now times it by 1,000 naira. So what is the amount to? It's amounting to 3 million. While the other person who invested in naira is getting what? Is getting only 1.5 million. Why this other person is getting 3 million? Because what is, he invested intelligently. And so a financially literate person is somebody who knows how to invest intelligently, right? So first, somebody who know how to earn more. somebody who know how to spend creatively, and somebody who know how to invest intelligently. And also a financially literate person is somebody who knows, okay, we are talking about business, we're talking about finances, somebody who knows how to borrow wisely, right? See, is okay, the Bible says we should not borrow, that the borrower is the servant to the lender, right? So we should not borrow. But in the business world, there's what we call good debt and bad debt, right? The banks, they borrow money to strategic businessmen with what, with integrity, with track record, and so on. What do? They use it to trade, to invest, and then in turn pay back with good interest. That's what we call leveraging on other people's money, right? So you need to know how to manage debt. Debt is not a bad thing. It's bad debt that is bad. Good debt is good because you can use it and leverage on it and make good money. That is business. That is business for us. That is business for you, right? Yeah. So you need to know how to use debt. Number one, let me help you with this. Any money you borrow to eat, any money you borrow to spend, to do bedding, to do wedding, to do burial, to do birthday, no, that is, it will result to bad debt. When you borrow, you know that you know where you are deploying that money to, you know where you are sending it to work, and you know that, okay, it has the potential, it has the potential of bringing this reward, because when you're talking about investment, you're talking about risk to reward. So you borrow to invest wisely and smartly, intelligently, right? Yeah. So that is it. So as you know, the purpose of saving is to invest. So by now you know that there are two things you do with money that you save. Number one is for emergency, and number two is for investment. And you need to know how to invest very intelligently against inflation, and and with security, because investment, you're talking about risk to reward. But then you can have there's what we call low risk and low reward. There's what we call high risk and high reward. There's what we call moderate risk and moderate reward, right? So all of those, you can figure that out, right? Yeah. So maybe if you need more insight a whole lot, then we can you can book a session maybe later on. Yeah. All right, so let's look at the last and final segment. So as a young person, what should you be building on now? Like I said, you need to be focused on growth, your personal development, how you grow in your spiritual life, in your financial life, in your social life, in your mental life, in your career life, in your relational life, and so many more. So now when we are talking about finances, as a young person, please get a skill, learn a skill. That's how you become valuable. When we are talking about making money or earning money, it starts from value. You need to be valuable. And what can we refer as valuable? The ability for you to be able to solve problem, or to or to profess solutions, right? Or to give products. So that's what we call valuable. So learning a skill can make you valuable, right? So let's look at skill. Okay, those days when we were just done with school, they say, okay, learn computer. Computer operating is a skill. Yes, it's a skill. Some people learn how to sew clothes. Sewing of clothes is a skill. Some people learn how to barb hair is a skill. Some people learn how to plait hair. It's a skill. All of these are skill. But now that's what we call valuable. But for you to profit, you need to package it now as a product so that it can be sold. That's what we call productivity. You need to translate from the realm of value to the realm of productivity, so that you can translate your value for rewards. Because if you remain at the realm of value, you are not different from the other person who can do the other thing you can do. But it's when you package it, right, that you now stand strategically, and that is when you now start to earn from that adventure. If not, and if you don't package it, people might just down play on your product, and then you will not make money. So productivity is the end of value. When you have value, you package it. So now, as a young person, you can learn all of these skills, but now we are evolving. That's what they call trend. Trend is shifting. So now we have the internet as the internet is the global village. So as a young person, it will be good for you to learn a technical skill. It will be good, it will give you much advantage, because think of it, every business is, they are migrating online. You see a business, they have a website. You see a business, they are doing advert, all of those stuffs, right? Learning a technical skill, let me just say, it will give you advantage, right? Yes, you can learn other skills, but to give you advantage. So this is it. You know, the more complex that your skill is, and the more hard it is to acquire, to learn, the more valuable you will become, and the more irreplaceable you will be, right? So that's why I'm talking about technical skill now, right? Yeah. So, and you need to be in a realm where you are irreplaceable, because that is where you remain significant. That's why you not go out of the market, right? With other factors in place again, right? So you need to remain at the value, at the realm where you be significant. So you need to learn a technical skill, and you're not just learning it, but you need to be a good at it. That's what we call competence, excellence. Speak the language of that your profession, or of that your particular industry, with competence and excellence. That is when that is when you now start, because the Bible say Gentiles come to your light and kings to the brightness of your rising. But then you keep growing, you keep evolving, you interrupt different set of people, and what to make them come is competence. People buy brands. They don't just buy product, but they buy brands, and they buy brands because of integrity, track record, competence. So even in your skill, acquiring your skill, you need to be good at it. Be good at it. If you're not good at it, you can do your homework before you come out and say you're packaging yourself right. And because you can package yourself to death, and it is more painful when you package yourself and you cannot deliver, because if the world should know you for incompetence, it is something else. So you need to package your skill, translate from value to productivity, so you can get rewarded. Yes, and then that is how you earn more. Yes, that is how you earn more. So now when you have that skill, you will not just earn, but this is what you do. You need to learn how to sell. Remember when we say money goes where you buy, comes when you sell, and multiplies when you invest. So that is just part of it. You need to know how to sell. That's what we call persuasion skills. You need to learn persuasion skills. Selling is not just, yeah, it's a course, right? Yeah, so you can go and learn on that. Learn how to sell, learn copywriting, learn public speaking, learn, you know, learn how to be confident in your approach, right? Yeah. And yeah, learn how to communicate well. Yeah, learn how to sell, learn how to be persuasive, right? Yes. And it is very important for you to know that when you're trying to learn, you need to know that learning, there are two ways. You need to learn, that is, know what you are doing, and then you need to some extent get certified, because you see, this world, you need to understand this world, or the systems of this world, they are driven by certification. You want to apply for a job, you need to be certified. So your certificate will certify you, but your skill is what is the main thing. Your certificate will bring you to that environment, but your skill is what to keep you there, and it's what to make you to grow there. You don't just want to get certificate, no, but you want to use that as a backup to validate that yes, you are really good at this thing, right? So you get certification, and then you are good. That's how you interact with the systems of this one. And when you have people, it will make you interact with people of the same. That's what we call networking, right? Your career can help you to do good networking. You have a skill in your career place, you become more valuable, and you network there with good individuals who can fuel your dreams. They can be customers. Yeah, let me put it that way, and then you can grow. And so we turn it back up. You need to know that the purpose of selling is to earn. And when you earn now, what do you see? You see it as an income stream. And now when you have income stream, you now practice the law of investment. Remember, we say invest smartly, intelligently, actively, wisely. Please invest wisely, passively, intelligently. I say passively, actively, intelligently, right? Invest. And you don't just want to invest, but you want to know what you're putting your money into. You risk a particular amount of money to make a particular amount of money. Because you risk it does not mean that you necessarily need to lose it. No, but you need to you need to have financial intelligence to invest, right? Yeah. All right, guys, maybe you have a question, you can use the comment section, you ask your question, and then we'll be right there with you. But before I leave, make sure you destroy the subscribe button, the like button, and then give me a good reaction. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. I hope you are growing, I hope you are getting value, right? I hope to see you at the top. Yeah, thank you very much. Here once again, it's Boshe FX, your go-to forex coach and mentor. Thank you very much. This is my time, guys. Thank you. We'll see in the next video. Next video we'll be looking at investment, just investment, right? Make sure you stay tuned, make sure you subscribe for that. Thank you very much, guys.